This is the fourth of my videos. There's been a long gap since the third one. The fourth of my videos of the Gows family, Niel Gows and his talented sons. And in this video, I'm going to turn the spotlight away from Niel himself, but we will come back to him, and look at John and Andrew, two of the sons, both very talented. We'll start with John. John was the second son, and he moved to London in or around 1780 with his brother, Andrew, and they set themselves up at 60 King Street, Golden Acre. Now, the plan was to make a living from music, and this they did. John was a fine player, a very fine player, and was in demand for his services. The Highland Society of London paid him an annual fee of 10 guineas, for example. He also played at the Opera House, and no doubt elsewhere in the capital. His relationship with the Highland Society was a long one, and in 1822 he was presented with a gold medal in recognition of his long service, and the delight which his eminent and hereditary musical talents have never failed to ensure at the meetings of the Society, as they put it at the time. John also wrote and published tunes. From 1788 onwards, right up to 1818, he published 10 collections, some original pieces and arrangements of Scots reels and strathspeys as well, along with transcriptions of tunes from operas, quite a mixed bag. In the first two collections, he was joined by Andrew, and they published them jointly. These were intended for home consumption. There was a lot of demand for music that you could play at home in those days, and right through the 19th century and into the 20th too. And the arrangements were for violin, with a bass for violin, harpsichord, or piano initially, but later on he concentrated on keyboard arrangements, which were more popular. So we can hear 3 tunes now. I may say, I don't have many tunes by John and Andrew, but I think the quality of them is very high, and I'm sure their father was very proud of them. I have a reason to be. So this first tune is called Burnham Wood. And here we go. It's by John. Tune. I should have mentioned that this violin is not a Scottish violin. I've used a Scots violin for all these videos up till now, but a wee change here to one made in Prague, and it is very fully justified because it's a nice violin, but also it's contemporary with the Gows, having been made in 1760. Our next tune follows in just a moment. This next tune, also by John, is a livelier, brighter one called Miss Forbes of Pitsligo. Now for our first tune by Andrew, this is Miss Ray, really quite a solemn tune and a very beautiful one. Miss Ray by Andrew. As I said, John played for the Highland Society. He also played for the opera and numerous other bodies, I imagine. And he was involved on occasions in major musical events in the capital. When Haydn paid his second visit to London in 1794 into 1795, John was invited to conduct his symphonies for the new musical fund. He also took part in the commemorative performances of Handel's Messiah in Westminster Abbey. These were big occasions. Generally, he was a man about music in these many years, and his work as a practical musician was valued and rewarded, just as he presented his published collections to the public. They were valued too. 1794, 14 years after they arrived in London, was a sad year for John in one important sense, because Andrew, his brother, fell ill, and he returned to Scotland and to Inver, and to the great grief of his father and the whole family, he died. But in the same year, John married Augusta Cumming, the daughter of a wealthy watchmaker whose business was in New Bond Street. That he was well established and financially successful is evidenced by their choice of houses and commercial premises. First, Great Marlborough Street, then Carnaby Street, and finally Regent Street. When he died in 1826, he was a wealthy man. On his gravestone were the words, "The various duties of a husband, father, and friend he faithfully and affectionately discharged. His integrity was strict and unblemished, his probity to man exemplary, and his confidence in God sincere." I should have read, his probity to man exemplary, his confidence in God sincere. Apologies for that. But anyway, quickly on to the next tune. This is Mrs. Carmichael of Castle Craig's favourite, and again it's by John. We have one more tune by Andrew, but not just yet. I said there would be another tune by Andrew, and this is it, Major Moll. M-O-L-L-E, a strange name. I'm afraid I don't know anything about him. This is a very, I don't know whether Andrew generally liked rather melancholy tunes, but this is one such. Good one. Next we have Mrs. Robertson of Ladykirk's Favourite. This is by John, and I may say it's a favourite of mine too. I think it's a lovely tune. And ending now this little selection of tunes by John and Andrew Gow, Tully Met Hall, a cheerful tune by John Gow. Well, I messed up the first statement of the first half. Sorry, John, but the second time it was okay. Anyway, the thing is, if I redo that, I have to redo the whole video. I can't edit it. And I'm just too lazy to do that. Anyway, that's the end of it. Bye-bye.